Hello students, today we are going to learn the 10th standard poem, and the name of the poem is How to Tell Wild Animals, written by Caroline Well. So she was an American writer and who was famous for books which are based on mystery. Actually, in this poem, the poet has explained the characteristics of various wild animals uh, in a very funny way, and she has used a language in such a way that it generates humor, and she is introducing the reader uh, the various kinds of wild animal, and the animals are like Asian lion, Bengal tiger, bear, and explaining each of animals in a very humorous way. Now let's begin with the first stanza. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, and you will know it is the Asian lion. So tawny means yellowish brown in color. So in this first stanza, the poet telling to the readers that how they can recognize various animals in the jungles of the east. So she says that if the reader comes across an animal whose skin is yellowish brown in color, and if it roars at him so strongly that he can die out of fear, and it means that he has encountered an Asian lion. And she has humorously explained the Asian lion which could kill a person with its roar. Let's talk about the rhyme scheme of this poem. See, in this first stanza, chance, advance. So we will give the name to them. A, east and beast, and we call them B, a dying and a lion, that is C. So the rhyme scheme of this poem is AB, ABCC, and the literary device, that is enchantment. You can see that the continuation of the sentences, and there is no any punctuation mark, and the sentences continue to the next lines. And the next is inversion, the change in the format of the sentence, that is if there should to you advance. And the third one is assonance, the use of vowel sound, that is you should go. In should you will find oh go. In should to you roars, right? So assonance, that is the use of vowel sound, repetition of a vowel sound. Now the next stanza. Or if some time when roaming round a noble wild beast greets you with a black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. And this is simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Noble means high born, aristocratic. Discern means recognize. So in this stanza, she explains an animal that roams in the jungle and belongs to the royal clan. and the colors of its skin is yellowish with the black stripes. And she says that if you notice that he kills you and he eats you up, and then she means that you have surely seen a Bengal tiger, and this time also she has used dark humor to explain how tiger looks like, because once a person has been eaten up by a wild animal, so how could he can see that, how could he can determining which animal it is. Now let's talk about the rhyme scheme. Again, the rhyme scheme is AB, AB and CC. You can see that round ground, you learn, discern, and the next the literary device is alliteration, that is repetition of a consonant sound. You can say that are at start of two or more closely connecting words roaming around. An allusion, that is a reference of a famous thing, place and species of animal, that is called allusion. And again the assonance, use of vowel sound o sometime when roaming round. The next stanza, strolling forth, a beast you weave, whose hide with spots is peppered. As soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with a pain, and he will only leap and leap again. So strolling means walking casually. Forth means forward, and peppered means, here it means the spots. You might have seen the spots on the leopard. Leapt means jump, a jump towards someone. In this stanza, the poet says that if you casually walking in a jungle, and you will meet an animal who has skin with spots on this animal, and he is so fast that it will leap on you at once, and which means that it will jump on you. And this jumping is an indication that it is none other than the leopard. So more over she adds that if you will cry out in pain, and it is not going to be any use at that time, and that it will keep jumping on you. So in this stanza, the poet has explained the characteristic of leopard. Again, in the rhyme scheme is again AB, AB and CC. That is peppered and leopard, pain again. And the next literary device, that is the alliteration, use of consonant sound H. Again, repetition, that is the use of left word in the last line. And again the assonance, use of vowel sound O, strolling forth you, whose spot do not, or good to roar. And again the consonants. The consonants means use of I sound, use of consonant sound, repetition of a consonant sound, that is he will only leap and leap. So, and the next stanza says, if when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard. Who hugs you very, very hard, and be sure it is bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more caress. Yard means backyard, the lawn of the area in the house, and caress means a gentle touch. So here poet says that if you are walking in the lawn area, and where that is uh, area of your house, and you meet a creature which hugs you tightly, and it is a bear. And she further adds that if you are still in a doubt regarding the animal, and the easiest way is that he will keep hugging you and touching you very gently, and this act of his will make you sure about his identity, and you will come to know, and that is beer. Let's talk about the poetic devices and rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme again: AB, AB, and CC. That is yard, hard, there, beer, guess, and cares. And the enjambment, you can see that the continuation of the sentence to the next line, an alliteration, use of W sound when walking, and again use of H sound, who hugs, and assonance. Next device is assonance, use of vowel sound, that is E, meet a creature there. Let's move to the next stanza. Though to distinguish beast of prey, a novice might nonplus the crocodile, and you always may tell from the hyena. Thus, hyenas come with a merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. So distinguish, differentiate beast of prey, any animals that hunts other animals. For food. So in this stanza, the poet says that for someone who is new to the job of recognizing animal, and it will be like a puzzle for that person to recognize animal and that hunt other animals for their food. So here poet tries to help out the readers by telling the difference between the animals, and he says that hyenas will be smiling, whereas if it is a crocodile, and it is always in tears. So both of these animals are dangerous. What poet wanted to say, that these animals are quite dangerous. Again the rhyme scheme, that is AB, AB, and CC. Prey may, nonplus, thus, smiles, and crocodiles. Again the next literary device, that is consonant sound, use of consonant sound, repetition of consonant sound, that is alliteration. You can see that novice, nonplus, and use of th, the sound, does. And again the enjambment, continuation of a sentences to the next line without any punctuation mark. The next stanza is: chameleon is a small lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all, and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it's the chameleon you see. So the poet says that the next animal, that is the chameleon, and which is small creature, and it's look like a lizard. The actual difference between the two is that the chameleon doesn't have ears. What poet says that the difference between the lizard and chameleon, that is the chameleon doesn't have ears and wings. So moreover, she says that the chameleon has the ability to change its color, and therefore if you see a tree and find nothing else on it, and what she says that then it must be a chameleon sitting on it, and it has changed its color, maybe into the color of the tree. Again, the rhyme scheme of this stanza is A, B, and C, C. The small all, thing, wing, and tree, C. Again, the alliteration use of H sound, he hasn't. So, dear students, actually in this poem, the poet is describing the various animals, and these animals are very dangerous. And she has introduced them one by one in a very funny way. And she says that if you are visiting to the jungles of the east, and if you see an animal and which has tawny skin, and if he roars so loudly that you will die out of fear. And what does it mean? That you have seen an Asian lion. And the next, what she introduced the Bengal tiger, and she explained that is to be a royal animal, and that once attacks and kills a man. And again, she is adding humor, that if this beautiful black striped animal kills you and eats you, then you have surely met a Bengal tiger. After this, what she says, that if the reader met an animal and that has a black spotted skin, and it once jump on him, then it means the reader has met leopard. And moreover, she says that if one will cry out in a pain and there is no use, and the leopard will not stop attacking him, then she moves further and she introduces the bear, and that she says that it will hug you very tightly, and in this way you will recognize, and it kills a person by hugging him very tightly. And what she says that, and the bear will continue to hug us tightly, and that is the only way to recognize him. And then she introduced the hyenas and the crocodile, and she asked the question to the reader that do they know how to recognize the beast, that how they hunt their prey. And she explains about the hyenas, which she thinks have a smiling face, and the crocodile that have tears in their eyes. So she says that it is the next, that is chameleon, and that is the lizard. It's a lizard-like a creature, and which doesn't have ears and wings, just like a lizard. And only this can help you difference between a lizard and the chameleon. And she further says that the chameleon has quietly of changing its color according to the color of the surface. And in this manner, she explains that the readers looks at the tree, and if he can only see the tree, this means that there is a chameleon sitting on it. And hope you have understood this poem. If you have any doubt, you can call me or send a message. Thank you. Have a nice time.